We're continuing our readings in Mark's Gospel, and our first reading is from Mark chapter 7 and verse 24 to 30. And I invite you to read that passage and to reflect on its meaning. Jesus had left where he was staying, probably Capernaum, and he reached the vicinity of Tyre and he went into a house. And that was meant to be a secret. It was meant not to be divulged to anybody else. Quite a lot of Jesus' ministry was concealed, but someone found out where he was. A woman whose daughter was possessed by an unclean spirit. Now, this woman was a Greek. She was a Gentile. That meant she was an outsider. And in humility and in reverence and in submissiveness, she fell at the feet of Jesus. Now, he could have been angry. He could have told her to go away, clear off. But his response was interesting. He's opening the door to outsiders. He's not going to turn her away. On the contrary, whilst everyone else might treat them like dogs, eating the crumbs from under the table just thrown by children, Jesus approves of her perseverance and her faith, and he instantly heals this woman's daughter. The next reading is from Mark chapter 8, verses 14 to 21. And in this passage, Jesus has more lessons to teach to his disciples. He was warning them against hardened unbelief and the difference between traditional ritualism, empty ritualism, if you like, and genuine worship of God. But they were more worried that they'd forgotten to bring bread, and they just got one loaf for 13 of them. He's already shown them how he could break 5 loaves and distribute it to the 5,000, leaving 12 baskets left over. And he's just fed 4,000 people with 7 loaves and a few small fish, still leaving 7 baskets of leftovers. And he reminds them of that. If they'd used their heads and put 2 and 2 together, they'd have realized that Jesus has been showing that he is the one who can more than provide for their needs. And he's telling them, and he tells us, that we need to put our faith into practice. And during Lent, we have an opportunity to do some spiritual reflection and meditation, but more than that, to translate what we are reading and what we are learning into action. Not to worry about the things that God in Christ can provide, but putting into practice that faith. And remember, Faith, forsaking all, I trust him.